fix. It's a rainy, dreary day, so I can't do any work on the cars. I could, but I don't feel like getting wet and soggy. I'm old and miserable as it is. I figured I'd talk to you guys about some serious business. Buying a used car. Scary proposition. I'm going to use this car for example. It's a 2002 Mercedes E320. It's a rear-wheel drive. It's a Florida car. The thing looked like it was in great shape. It was advertised on an eBay auction. The guy said there was no issues at all. It was ready to go, good tires, everything. The guy was a lying sack of shit and a thief. The day came where the car was getting loaded on the trailer, and he told me a check engine light came on. He said it was only probably the brake light switch. Common story. On a lot of other cars, people will always say it's the O2 sensor is bad. That's the only reason as a check engine light. I knew this was a risk, but I took it because I work on cars. When I did get the car, I was happy with the way it looked. Underneath, it looked like it was never even driven in the rain. The interior's in beautiful shape. The problems were extensive though for somebody who doesn't work on a car. I called Mercedes-Benz and their parts estimate was $4,000. I fixed it for a couple of $100 out of a junkyard. I won this on an eBay auction for $3,250, which I thought was a great deal. The transmission control module was shot on it. One of the downfalls of the W210 Mercedes is it has the 722.6 transmission. On that there is an adapter plug. It has a couple of O-rings and they can tend to fail. It's a $4 part, but if you don't stay up on the maintenance, they leak oil, and the oil can leak all the way up into the transmission control module. That's a very expensive part if you buy it from the dealership. I bought it from a wrecked car and did it for a couple of $100. But when you're buying a used car, be leery, look for service records, check the transmission fluid, make sure it's not brown and burnt, check to see that the oil level is full and the engine oil looks like it's in good shape. Check on the door sills. If people clean that type of stuff, they're probably taking care of the basic maintenance on the car. I don't know whether I told you, this had like 80 or 81,000 miles on it when I got it. You can't always judge a high mileage car as being bad. Come over here. For example, you take this Chevy Impala. It's a 2008. It's got 160,000 miles on it, but I have meticulously maintained this as far as general maintenance goes, and a lot of parts have been replaced, and I have receipts for all of them. I have the documentation. So be careful when you're buying a used car. You can get a great deal, especially if you're not afraid to take on DIY projects and fix them. But make sure important things like your transmission has been maintained and engine oil and things like that. Look for cleanliness. If somebody's a total pig and it looks like a damn cesspool on the interior of the car, odds are they're not taking care of maintenance on the car. All right, guys? So be smart. If I can ever help you guys, contact me. I try to get back to anybody that writes me. All I'm asking from you guys is give a like and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost. I just wanted to introduce you guys to Corona Gus. He's trying to be safe over here. You guys do the same. Listen to Gus. He's wearing a mask. I want to thank you to Wendy for doing the filming on that little clip there. She's getting practice. We had to do a couple of takes. We'll get it. Bye-bye. I'm sorry, guys. There were a couple of other issues with the car that I forgot to mention. The steering angle sensor is defective on there. I had an instrument cluster fault. That was another thing I replaced. But I don't think I really needed another instrument cluster, but I got one cheap on eBay. I tried to buy another steering angle sensor, but the one I purchased was defective. I got it from like Latvia or something. By the time I got around to putting it in, it was too late to do a return. So I ordered another one. I still have to put that in. I'm hoping then my ESP and BAS will all be operable. Blah. I am old and senile. Son of a bitch, I can't even speak English anymore, man. I can't remember anything. It's crazy. Scary business. I hope I don't lose my mind, man. I love working on cars. I don't want to lose that ability. So, there were quite a few things that needed to be addressed on this car. So you got to be careful. If you learn how to do this stuff, though, you can tackle just about anything, with the exception of an engine replacement and a transmission replacement. You need a lot of equipment to do that. But as far as basic repairs and stuff, the parts are not that expensive for majority of cars, unless you're looking at buying a Lamborghini, a Porsche, or a Maserati or something like that. I wouldn't recommend just buying one of them off of eBay or Craigslist. But be cautious, but also don't be afraid to take a little bit of a chance. You probably will get a halfway decent deal if you do your research and keep your eye on these guys. All right? Bye-bye.